Chris Sims, a known Zach Wilson believer who famously ranked Zach as the #1 quarterback in the 2021 NFL Draft, made some comments on his podcast this week about how Jets fans are reacting to Zach Wilson's performance this season. I don't think he's right on everything, but I do think he makes some good points. I'm going to roll the clip and then stop it at a few points to make some comments.
Zach Wilson won. His team won, but we have a question here.
Yeah.
From Jack.
I hope this is, I'm glad, because I'm about to go in this direction no matter what. So go
Zach
ahead.
Wilson has been shaky. Considering the ascension of other players around him, at what point do you start to worry about the quarterback position holding this team back, especially now that Breece Hall is injured?
The Jets fans have a disease. They have they don't even want to be good. I'm listening to WFAN on the way in. You would think the Jets lost and Zach Wilson threw 7 interceptions. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable up here. I go to the gym, as you know. There's mainly Jet fans there. They can't even be positive that they're 4-2 last week. They're like, I don't know, Zach didn't throw for 300. We didn't get Elijah Moore the ball. That's all they could talk about. Who the cares? You guys haven't won games in 2 decades, and now you're going to worry about every little stupid thing in the world. Zach Wilson did fine yesterday. He did fine. It wasn't like they were missing wide open people.
So this is the first place where I disagree a little. Zach missed a wide open throw to CJ Uzomah in the third quarter, and there were a few other plays where he threw behind his intended receiver, and that's happened both this week and last week in Green Bay.
Denver's been doing this to everybody that comes to Denver. Jets fans, come on, get a clue. What's going on here? What the are you thinking or doing? You won a game. You're 5-2. They're looking for anything to pick apart their team. I've never seen anything like it.
So I think here he makes a great point about the Broncos defense because it's awesome and it has caused fits for a lot of quarterbacks this season. But as far as his comments about Jets fans, I think he's a little too harsh. The media loves to poke fun at the Jets, and with what Jets fans have had to deal with, I honestly don't blame them for being a little pessimistic.
I literally wanted to start off the pod because I was driving here today on the fan going, do I have to look at the game again? Did they lose? Wait, did Zach Wilson not escape out of 7 sacks yesterday and throw the ball away? And keep them in manageable situations? I mean, he made some magical escapes yesterday where I went, whoa, that was unbelievable. He had no pass protection. I mean, to me, I'm looking at it going, a young quarterback like Zach Wilson usually would have thrown 3 interceptions in a game like that. Same with last week in Green Bay. He outplayed Aaron Rodgers last week in Green Bay, but we're still going to talk about Zach Wilson. It's not good enough.
Another great point here. Zach's ability to escape rushers and avoid sacks is elite. If Joe Flacco was sitting back there, he would have been sacked 5 times. I also agree that it is a sign of growth that he didn't throw any interceptions. And I think he makes an interesting point when he says that his performance isn't good enough for Jets fans even though they're winning. Bart Scott made a comment last week during the Elijah Moore drama that I think is relevant here. He said, "Everyone says they want to win, but they want to win their way." Bart was referring to Elijah Moore, but I think this applies to fans as well. They want their team to win their way.
I mean, he made the biggest play, the biggest throw in the game last week. An on-the-run, out-and-up, 45-yard dime down the sideline to Corey Davis. But we're going to talk about Elijah Moore and that shit. The Jets fans are frustrating me right now. You're 5-2. You're playing the way you're supposed to. I didn't watch that game yesterday, and I got to see it pretty good. There wasn't many games on at 4 o'clock where I didn't come away going, man, Zach's missing people. They're wide open everywhere. Man, they should have thrown for 300 today. Come on. That is an awesome defense. In fact, if that offense was better in Denver, it would probably be the #1 defense in football. I mean, really. So
they had more time on the sideline to rest. And
right. So, yeah, I don't understand it. So, sorry, you got my rant there?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Jets fans are worried that he's Tim Tebow, though. The Jets are the first team since 2011, the Tim Tebow-led Broncos, to win consecutive games with 105 or less net passing yards.
Yeah.
And so they fear that they've got the next Tim Tebow.
I think he could throw better with his left arm than Tim Tebow can. So
I have no idea who could possibly think Zach is the next Tim Tebow, and I've heard no one say that, but I thought Chris Sims' final comment there was pretty hilarious. So while I don't agree 100% with everything that he said, I get the point. And I agree with the main message that he is trying to get across. And it's that a lot of people are overreacting, and myself included. But the reality is, Zach has only played 17 NFL games. That's the equivalent of one season. So I do think he needs to be better, but I also think that people need to be more patient. Anyways, what do you guys think about Chris Sims' comments here? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.